I'm very keen to see how the hype around Rishabh Pant translates into performances over the next 12 or 24 months. Everybody who sees Rishabh Pant, including people here in Cricbuzz, Michael Vaughan has talked glowingly about Rishabh Pant. Saurav Ganguly talks very highly of Rishabh Pant. Everybody looks at Rishabh Pant and says, wow, here is a player for the future. So let's look a little more closely at Rishabh Pant and let's analyze him over the three formats. And something very interesting comes up straight away. You look at Rishabh Pant and you think short format player, explosive, he'll hit the ball out of the ground, and yet his numbers in long form cricket are by some distance better than in any other format. You look at him in test match cricket, you might say the sample size is still too small, but across 15 performances, he's got 200s and 290s. He averages 49. He was in the ICC top 20 for batsmen alone. Very few Indian wicketkeepers have managed to get there. There was Farooq Engineer, there was MS Dhoni, but Rishabh Pant has attracted attention for the way he plays. And look how he plays in first class cricket, which is another indicator of long form cricket. He averages 53, he's got 600s, and he gets those hundreds very quickly indeed. And that leads me to believe that Rishabh Pant could well prove the Sehwag effect in long form cricket, which is that those wonderful shots that he hits get far more value in long form cricket, where ironically the field is in, and so his shots get greater mileage. So I think of Rishabh Pant, I think short form cricket as well, but it's in long form cricket that Rishabh Pant has done so well. What's he done in T20 cricket then, where his numbers are very, very good indeed? He's played about 80 games, strike rate 161, average in the high 30s, and those are wonderful numbers, but you need to transpose them. Just look at them alongside his numbers in T20 internationals, and suddenly there's a big drop, both in terms of average, in terms of strike rate, where the quality of the bowling gets a little better, maybe the pressure to go out and perform gets better. He's a free spirit, Rishabh Pant. So maybe as the pressure gets to him a little bit more, maybe the performance is dropping a little bit. In T20 international cricket, he's still very, very much work in progress, as indeed he is in 50 overs cricket. And the reason I paused was we had so much discussion around the World Cup. Suddenly Rishabh Pant's flown in and we think we've got Bradman and Viv Richards coming to bat at number 4 for India. I think in 50 overs cricket, he's very, very much work in progress. But there's something very exciting about Rishabh Pant. And yet, have you noticed, we've talked almost entirely about Rishabh Pant, the batsman. He's in the side performing 2 roles. And so when you watch Rishabh Pant over the next 12 months, or the next 24 months, hopefully over the next 10 years, who knows, won't that be fantastic? Watch out as well for Rishabh Pant, the keeper. Do we see him becoming a batsman keeper in much the mold someone like Adam Gilchrist was? That would be unfair, not just on Pant, but also unfair on Gilchrist, because Gilchrist's batting overshadowed the fact that he was actually a very fine wicketkeeper too. So watch out for Rishabh Pant behind the stumps. He's got 2 test matches in the West Indies, and straight after that, and I'm assuming that he'll be picked as the number 1 keeper ahead of Wriddhiman Saha, even though I think Saha is the more classical keeper batsman. Then he's got 5 test matches in India, after which of course he plays in New Zealand, then next year there's Australia, there's England, he's fine over there. But in those 5 test matches in India will be a huge test for Rishabh Pant, the keeper. And I hope India's give him enough time off between internationals to go and work on his wicket keeping, because he's just 20, 21 years old. If you can get a keeper for the next 10 years, then it's such a big part of your balance that's sorted. And if Rishabh Pant can be a keeper batting at 6, actually, not even at 7, if you have a keeper batting at 6, then that gives the side fantastic balance. So my view on Rishabh Pant, very, very much work in progress, kind of player you look at and go, wow. So I want to look at Rishabh Pant under pressure. I want to look at Rishabh Pant behind the stumps on turning track as part of his finishing process in international cricket, which is exciting.